Welcome to my favorite room in the house. This is the best. It's our garage. This is where we keep all of our toys. We also lift weights in here, got my little home gym set up, and we work on all kinds of crazy projects in this room. And of course, this is where my 3D printers live over here in the corner. We're gonna be making some changes in this room over the next couple months to make it even more awesome. But today we're gonna focus on this little area and we're gonna make this room even better. The first goal of today's project is to get this laptop away from all the weight stuff and make a little home for it right here underneath that TV. To do this, we're going to use a Threadboard system. I've used this in the past. Probably the most used thing that we've ever done with Threadboard is this right here. This is kind of where all of our stuff lives before we go into the house. Now, underneath this Threadboard setup, I'm going to do a second little piece. I'm going to take a shelf like this and make a removable shelf that will kind of hang right here underneath the Threadboard. But that will also be removable so that I can take it off and set it over here, and it will kind of double as a little tray to work. So I can take this wireless mouse and keyboard and sit right there in my rocking chair and work or design something or just hang out. Okay, now this is how the Threadboard system works. It has these nice little pegboard type printed pieces and then a set of screws that fit into those pegboards. And they screw in real nice and they hold on to things. You can also use these little mounting holes to screw it into, a stud or drywall or whatever. So for this particular project, I need a way to connect a shelf to a Threadboard. And so I came up with this little system. The system is going to use basically an elongated hole and a little hook piece. And the hook will fit on the edge of this shelf. And of course, this is against the wall. And the idea is to hook that board into the Threadboard. Let me put this together and I'll show you a little bit better. Now that those are in place, those are my little wall hooks. And imagine this is up against the wall. When you come in to hook this into place, you sort of come in below, hook it, and it will rest up against the wall. This is now a shelf. The Threadboard's against the wall, and you can remove and add to all this. Let's put it in place and test it out, see if it's strong enough. Okay, I'm all set up for this test. The idea here is to see if this is strong enough to hold up a piece of this shelf. This is all squared up. I'm going to use it to kind of line my piece here. This will make sure that the Threadboard is a certain distance off of those skateboards. So this is where I'm going to do my test, and I'm going to just see if I can put this into place right here and how it fits. Okay, so that's done. Now, let's see here if I can fit this into place. Ooh, it's not gonna work. I just pulled those screws straight out of the wall. We're gonna have to do a little bit more work on this thing. Just pulled those screws straight out of the wall. I thought that might happen. Let me show you how we're gonna fix that problem. Okay, on that one, I used just regular drywall screws. They pulled straight out of the wall. So what I'm gonna use this time is this set of ball anchors. These are really nice. We've used them for some heavy stuff before. But you can see the screw goes straight into that wall anchor. It's a nice, big, thick, meaty wall anchor. We've used these a lot and they're really nice. So let's try to put these in place and see if they'll work. All right, test number 2, it's in place. Give it a try and see if this setup will work. There we go, that's what I'm talking about. Nice. Let's put this on a level. So what we're gonna do to level this out is I'm gonna play with the dimensions of this piece back here. I'm gonna play with the thickness of that little hook. And if it's thicker at the bottom of that hook, it will lift that up so that it's nice and level. So I figured that might be an issue, and let's go ahead and make those hooks a little bit thicker. Good news is, I think that's strong enough to hold, and it's pretty level too. So, I love it. Proof of concept is there. Okay, I reprinted this. These are the original ones that I printed, and you'll remember they were not quite thick enough. The blue one should be a little bit thicker, and then the gray one should be thicker than that. I also printed this little jig that will help me line all these up when I install them in the future. So, let's give it a try, put this on the wall and see which one fits the best. All right, again, we're gonna check the levels. So let's try blue. Ooh, that's even worse. That shouldn't be right. Let's try the gray one. Oh, that's horrible. Good morning. Now, a day or two has passed since I filmed anything, but I've been working on it. One of the things I've been playing around with is these little hooks here. These hooks, the angle of this back piece of the hook determines the angle of the shelf. Of course, I want the shelf to be nice and level, so I had to play around with this. I tinkered with a couple different shapes, but I landed on this one. This one fits the best. Let me show you how it actually lines up on the wall. You drop it down, and you can see it's level from side to side. It's also level this way. So that's what I'm going for. Get a better shot of this. Pretty hard to see in that picture, but it's level and it's good. This is what I'm looking for. So now the next step is we're going to put the rest of these threadboards up here on the wall and mount the hooks onto our actual piece. All right, that's it for today's video. Before I go, I want to mention a few things that I would do a little bit different if I could do this all over again. Number one, I would mount all of these threadboards onto a piece of plywood. Really thin plywood, maybe 1/4 inch, maybe 1/2 inch piece of plywood, and put it, instead of mounting it straight to the wall, put the plywood onto the wall. That would allow me to change the second thing. I would move the whole thing up a little bit. You can see here all these skateboards behind me kind of now interfere with this shelf, and we can still use it, but now I might have to adjust the way my skateboards go. The third thing I would change is I would plan a little bit better in advance. Like, I kind of did a trial and error method with these hooks that I designed, and because of that I wasted a lot of filament. So anyways, if I had thought through it and kind of gone step by step and walked through the entire process in the beginning, I think it would have been a little bit of a better outcome. Now, there's a few more things that we're going to do on this. I'm actually going to kind of add to this threadboard so that there's some stuff that will kind of live here on this threadboard going forward, and it'll be a nice home base for some things here in my garage. Now, I'm going to post the designs for all of this on my Maker World account, and it's going to be linked in the description of this video below. Hope you enjoyed this video and it inspires you to do something silly with your 3D printing in your garage too. Everybody have a good day. Thanks for watching.